God's grandeur. The world is charged with the grandeur of God. It will flame out like shining from shook foil. It gathers to a greatness like the ooze of oil crushed. Why do men then now not wreck his rod? Generations have trod, have trod, have trod, and all is seared with trade, bleared, smeared with toil, and wears man's smudge and shares man's smell. The soil is bare now, nor can foot feel, being shod. And for all this, nature is never spent. There lives the dearest freshness deep down things, and though the last lights off the black west went, oh, morning at the brown brink eastward springs, because the Holy Ghost over the bent world broods with warm breast and with bright wings. Celestial fire. Now an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses in a blazing fire, a fire that devours fire, a fire that burns in things dry and moist, a fire that glows amid snow and ice, a fire that is like a crouching lion, a fire that reveals itself in many forms, a fire that is and never expires, a fire that shines and roars, a fire that blazes and sparkles, a fire that flies in a storm wind, a fire that burns without wood, a fire that renews itself every day, a fire that is not fanned by fire, a fire that billows like palm branches, a fire whose sparks are flashes of lightning, a fire black as a raven, a fire curled like the colours of the rainbows, Pentecost. At Moody's, the Wharf Hotel, in the last small village on the Head, a man is reading poetry aloud. Until last night, until he said that he was leaving, we'd known him only as the one who stood sometimes at dusk on Ocean Beach, casting for whiting and for silver bream, and then came in to drink a beer or two in the half hour before closing. Until, that is, someone had asked just what it was he did all day, shut away in his tiny weatherboard, or simply sitting in the yard. Now, responding to our half-request, he is sitting on a high stool at the far end of the bar, and all the rest of us are standing round, sceptics at first, but slowly, strangely moved to find our head a place of mystery and dark. Who would have guessed that such serenity could rise from boats and nets we used all day? or that we could feel such sudden, unfamiliar love for things we'd never seen. Who would have dreamt such beauty or such bristling life lay hidden in the promontory scrub? Or thought that on that beach a man could talk so readily to God? Between the poet's hands, it seems, appear not papers, but rustling birds or fish that move as if the smoky light were water or were drifting leaves. The pages turn, and on them are not sounds, but things, not lines, but memories and dreams. Worlds open where we thought were fields and teeming forests, where we thought were trees, forgotten loves like great red flowers, bloom painfully within us. And slowly our skeptics, like our joking, cease. Later, when Moody has reluctantly called time, we issue down the wooden steps and quickly scatter in the dark, impatient to hold our sleeping children, or to see again our oldest, most familiar things, convinced that they have somehow changed. Tomorrow, perhaps, not all may think so, but tonight, in a dozen darkened rooms across the head, the unaccustomed words will circle us like feathers, or like flashing fins, or 100 other visitings of sudden, unexpected light. Caedmon. All others talked as if talk were a dance. Clodhopper I, with clumsy feet, would break the gliding ring. Early I learned to hunch myself close by the door. Then, when the talk began, I'd wipe my mouth and wend unnoticed back to the barn to be with the warm beasts, dumb among body sounds of the simple ones. I'd see by a twist of lit rush the motes of gold moving from shadow to shadow, slow in the wake of deep untroubled sighs. The cows munched or stirred or were still. I was at home and lonely, both in good measure, until the sudden angel affrighted me, light effacing my feeble beam, a forest of torches, feathers of flame, sparks up flying. But the cows, as before, were calm. and nothing was burning. Nothing but I, as that hand of fire touched my lips and scorched my tongue and pulled my voice into the ring of the dance.